How's everyone feeling? For those of you that are Destiny fans, that are here as Destiny fans, I know it's been a week for us. But we're gonna have some damn fun today. There's a lot of doom and gloom over this. And I don't want to spend too much time doing that here because here we try, we want to be positive, have a good time. We're getting away from the world rather than diving more into it. But this does directly affect us a little bit. We're gonna talk about this for a minute and then we're done with it. We're gonna go have some fun. There's a lot of noise going around about this, and I implore all of you who are kind of watching this and watching things unfold, try not to let all the noise drown out the fun you could still have in this. There's going to be a lot of opinions that come out on this. There's a lot of opinions already. The important thing is if you're it's a video game. If you're having fun, go have fun. I know a lot of the talk is everyone wants Destiny 3. I want Destiny 3. I think Destiny 3 would be great, but when we look at it realistically, not as a doom and gloom, but just realistically, we have to look at financials and we have to look at trust. Sony is a publicly traded company. That means there's shareholders. And unfortunately, corporations, that's what they care about. They care about the shareholders. So as much as, I know there's that petition going around and everything, and it's great. It's great. It's great to see the Destiny community getting together and wanting this. Unfortunately, a corporation that size, they don't give a damn what we want. Their shareholders are what they're going after. They need to make sure their shareholders are staying there. But shareholders look at the figures. They look at numbers. That's all they care about. Sony went over the financials when Bungie only had Destiny 2. And it was fiscal year 2025, which wasn't great. That was after Final Shape had launched and player count kind of dwindled. On top of overpaying for Bungie and the drop in player count, that doesn't look good. There's a certain risk assessment that happens there. These financial guys at Sony are looking at how much they're in the hole from overpaying for Bungie, and then how much Bungie's been in the hole producing Destiny, and what they've gained out of it some years, but what they've lost out of it other years. If Destiny 3 was shot down during Final Shape at record player counts, I guarantee you they were looking at financials before any of that happened. And there's more to it that we aren't seeing. A Destiny 3 is absolutely more expensive than a Marathon, and Marathon is not going to replace Destiny. It's not going to help. It's not going to keep Bungie afloat by itself. There's going to be something else that has to be there. A Destiny 3 is significantly more expensive to produce than a Marathon. It requires more resources, more people, all of it. What I believe, and take this with a grain of salt, I don't fucking know anything about what's going on in Sony. After doing all the reading and making my own inferences based on the business side of what I see Sony doing, okay, they sunk $200 million into Marathon. We don't know exactly what they lost on that, but I guarantee you what they lost on Marathon was significantly less than what they lost in Destiny, when we're talking about just a financial standpoint of it. Now you've got these Sony execs that are like, holy shit, what was it, 768 million, the value lost in Bungie from the 3.6 million that they bought it for. Okay, well, Sony's like, yeah, we lost this amount of money buying Bungie, and Destiny is losing this much money over this span of years, but Marathon only lost this amount. And again, I don't think Marathon's going to replace it. I just think that Marathon is a less risky choice. I think that the money put into it versus the potential money loss is less risky than that of Destiny. And I think that is why they're pushing Marathon rather than Destiny. But the next thing we have to get into about a Destiny 3 is trust too. As much as I want a Destiny 3, I do not think it's a good time for a Destiny 3. I don't think Destiny 3 being announced and launched right now is going to solve any of the problems that have been caused by lackluster Bungie and Sony executives. If a Destiny 3 were to be announced and launched today, sure, there's a good handful of us that would go and play it. But there's a lot of people that are very, very, very pissed off, and even more pissed off now. So with all of this happening, there's a lot of people that'll never touch the franchise again, and there's a lot of people that'll never touch Bungie again, just after all of the years of some of the bullshit that's gone on. So I think time is needed, and I think change is needed. I think there different leadership needs done, and I don't know, the way Bungie and Sony is right now would not be a great place to have Destiny 3 be incubated anyways, because of all the toxicity that's gone on. In short, I think if Bungie survives this, we're going to see some smaller scale games come out that require less resources. They talk about incubating games. I think we're going to see smaller games rather than a large expansive Destiny 3, because they're going to need multiple smaller games to help make some money, rather than sinking everything into one when you look at it from a financial standpoint. And maybe they do great at that. Maybe they do great and the shareholders see some value in that, and there's enough games and resources that eventually we see another Destiny come out. But right now, we just have to wait and see how this all plays out. One thing I know for sure is after launch and we see these layoffs happen and some NDAs are dropped, we're going to learn a lot of shit that went on behind the scenes. We're already learning some shit that went on behind the scenes. I have a feeling we're going to learn a lot more shit that was going on that we never knew about. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on that. I just, as much as I wanted Destiny 3 and I think it'd be great, I really don't think it will happen. I love the petition that's going around. I think it's amazing to see everyone coming together. I think the best thing that we all can do right now is just get in and have some fun. I personally will be playing Destiny until the servers shut down. They're gonna have to shut me out before I'm gonna stop playing Destiny. I was at the tower yesterday and it was the busiest I've seen it. Yeah, there's a lot of people jumping back in. There's a big movement starting to log in on the 9th and stuff. I think we're gonna see a good spike in players. A lot of the negativity stuff that you see is a very small majority of people, the smallest majority who's very, very loud. There's still a ton of people that have a lot of fun in this game. Again, I hope everyone can kind of keep their heads up with everything and just remember, it's a game that we all have a lot of fun in and we have a good time. So, that being said, let's get into some motherfucking Destiny 2, you guys. We're gonna go play some damn Destiny 2.